Wanna hit? Welcome to day 19 of Vlogmas, and today we are joined here by my cats, who are most likely going to destroy the wrapping that I'm about to pour my heart, soul, and asthmatic tendencies into. I would also like to shout out another special guest, our kitchen scissors that I will be using to cut the wrapping paper because I lost every other pair of scissor in the house. I would also like to preface this video by saying if you are family, if you are a friend, and you know that there is something for you in this pile of gifts, please don't watch this video. At the end of the day, I won't know if you watched it. Considering the theory that I have is when we die, we will be able to go back and relive other people's memories. If I find this out, I will haunt you. Hey, daughters, there's a word called behaving. You've never known it, but you have a vocabulary quiz tomorrow, and I would really appreciate it if you studied. Moving forward, today I will be sitting here wrapping all of these gifts into cosmic perfection as I spin long, tall tales of my youth. I hope you're ready because I'm scared. It was a long, cold, hard. I don't like this. Winter was approaching. It was also a nice, crisp Monday Eve, though we had just gotten out of Sunday church, and me and my siblings were being the most annoying spawns of Satans that we could have possibly been at the ages of 7, 8, and 4. The only thing I was doing the past hour and a half was sitting in the church, calculating who the lights above would crush if they fell from the ceiling. But what I do remember from this very vivid day was how outstandingly rude me and my siblings were being to each other. My father taught us a lesson that day that would go down in history, right next to the drag queen that I like to call Chrissy Kringle. It was around a 20-minute drive back to my house from the church. And so my siblings and I knew that we had around 15 minutes left of going at each other's throats before my parents could really pull over and do anything about it. But what we did not expect was for my father to turn into the PetSmart parking lot. He pulls into the parking lot, turns around, looks us in the eyes and goes, "If you guys were to behave today, you would have had a pet hamster." As he pulled out of the parking lot with us kicking, screaming, pissing, shitting, we had no reason to behave anymore. And so we thought to ourselves, he told us what we could have had and then didn't give it to us. My brother starts to kick the back of my dad's seat. I had a specialty high-pitched screech that I perfected. My sister couldn't really conceptualize what was going on, but she was screaming along with us. So after around 10 minutes of cruel and unusual punishment towards my parents, we pull into the driveway. My dad turns around, calmly puts the car in park, looks at us and says, "If you would have behaved on the way home, I would have turned around and gotten you that hamster." And that is how we officially lost. But the game wasn't over yet. Since my brother and I both had the critical thinking skills of a goldfish, we put our two little noggins together and thought, well, we still want a pet. We had been begging my parents for a pet since the second all of us had dropped out of the womb. My brother's first word was ball. He definitely meant it in the context of my pet dog will want to chase a ball. But we didn't want to gather any old run-of-the-mill pet. We wanted a special one. And so we decided to wait for the perfect moment. Our perfect moment came 3 months in the future when my brother had told me one of his most exciting hobbies was trying to catch the lizards that would run behind all of our garbage cans. And out of convenience, it had just happened to be Easter. And in our Easter baskets, my mother had gifted us each a small bug catching kit. And at this point, I was like, she's mocking us. She wants to mock how desperately we want an animal in this household. Looking back, I think she was just trying to elevate outdoor activities for her very indoor children. But again, critical thinking skills of a toothpick. So my brother and I decided that we were going to use the bug catching kit that was provided to us in order to obtain this lizard. And we spent 2 hours in the scorching heat attempting to catch a lizard, which unfortunately we did. This poor creature that we had captured in this tiny little bug box was so crammed up in there. We were trying to get our mom's attention for 20 minutes, but I'm sure she was on the phone with some customer service agent trying to see how she could return her kid. And when she finally turned around and saw what we had done, that woman screamed for dear life. I don't know who you would report a noise complaint to in a homeowners association, but I'm pretty sure we received one that day because of her yelp. So my mother does the usual, for the love of everything in this world, what are you doing? We looked at her unironically and said, oh, this is our new pet lizard. We're gonna go to Petco, we're gonna buy it a cage with the money that we don't have, and it is going to be the most lavish lizard in the entire cul-de-sac. We didn't even live in a cul-de-sac. I have no idea how to wrap gift cards, but I know this is not it. So my mother does the only thing she can do in this moment, and she starts to bargain with us. She goes, if you let that poor thing free right now, I promise you, when your father gets home, we will take you to PetSmart and we will get you a pet. Boom. Mission beyond accomplished. But what she doesn't tell us, and what we were too ridiculously ecstatic to ask, is what kind of pet. So what did we prance through the door with that evening? A beta fish. A very blue beta fish that we geniusly coined the name Bluey. And that beta beta fish lived for 8 years. We Googled it, and in laboratories, their lifespan is expected to be 6. I have absolutely zero idea how we pulled that off. And so a couple of years later, my parents finally decided that it was time, that we were mature and ready enough for a pet of our own. It was Christmas. We were all fist fighting each other over who got to open the first present. Of course, being the middle child, it was never me, not a single time. But this year, they pulled a twist. They set out 3 equally sized presents for all of us. We were shocked down to our tidy whities when they said, on 3, you guys are going to open this all at the same time. They counted down and we started ripping into this like a carnivore with a carcass. And what did we unearth? A picture frame of the world's cutest micro mini golden doodle your eyes have ever encountered. And I could tell who decorated the frame because we had a family friend who was a great artist, and the artist's daughter was one of my best friends. And so my first thought was, how did she know this and not tell me that we were literally getting a puppy? But while my brother and I start to freak out because all of our wildest dreams were finally coming true, my sister is so silent. She's not celebrating. She's observing what me and my brother are holding in our hands. She looks at us and goes, mine's the cutest. And I finally take inventory and come to the conclusion that we're all holding the same picture of the same puppy. And that's how we got Georgie, a dog named after my brother's imaginary twin brother that he crafted after my sister was born because he didn't want a little sister, who currently is 13 years old with diabetes. Harriet, don't do that. All right, so we have successfully wrapped everything we needed to, but now it's time to pack because I have not packed anything and I leave in less than 12 hours to go to my hometown. I will also be vlogging the drive there because I'm going to be bringing my cats and my girlfriend, and that is going to be one of the most difficult drives. Not because my girlfriend, she's coming actually to help me. I just feel like I get so anxious when my cats are in the car because I just want them to like relax and feel safe, but I know it's terrifying. So on the to-do list for tonight, we still have to pack up my car, transport all the presents safely to my girlfriend's house because I got some stuff for her family as well. Drink this cup of coffee. So I'm going to show you what I packed for my cats and why. So obviously the first thing that we need is a fat bag of litter because at my parents' house they have a box that we use, but we recently transitioned litter because the one that we originally had was just sprinkling little tidbits all over the floor and it was disgusting. Next, we have a very hefty size of their extremely specific freaking cat food. If they don't eat this, their poops will turn into molten lava eruptions all over the place and nobody wants that. Next, I'm packing this entire cat tree because last year their home base in my house was my bedroom. So by bringing this, I feel like I'm establishing we're at the same place. They're just mostly excited for the fireplace. You're growing fur. Is it because it's the winter or because you're the wrong breed? Oh, how nice is that? That we cut your nails and you're not ripping me to shreds? Time to put this in the car. Next, we're going to load my car with this box. And what's in this box is going to conclude the entirety of this Vlogmas series. It is going to be revealed on day 25. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done for anybody in my life. And I am so stoked for you guys to see that. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you can catch that video and give this video a like just because I'm asking you really nicely. Next, tossing in behind all of the above, we have my cat's nail trimmers, their ear solution, and their ear wipes. Because in case you haven't gathered, their ears contain more earwax than Shrek. We have acquired everything we need to for the cats, and that is officially in the car. I'll show you the trunk before I head out. But now it is time to pack. And when I say pack, I mean shove the entirety of both of my closets into a carry-on size travel suitcase because I overcompensate for everything. Yes! Carter will be helping me do that. Yes!
You want to see my trunk?
It's 1 in the morning. And in order to pack for this trip, we have to have a very angry Harriet who's very hungry. We have to dissect what's still in this suitcase. My biggest red flag is not just like, oh, I don't come home and unpack my suitcase. The suitcase never becomes unpacked. She also, unfortunately, knows what a suitcase means. But this time you're coming with me. So let's take a peek. What is this? Oh, wonderful. Fabric scraps to an old shirt. A mitten. Oh, nice. A clean bra. Yeah, it's clean. The hood to my girlfriend's puffer jacket. A shirt that I put on and had a mental breakdown over because it fit me just a little weird and you could slightly see my boobs. The matching shirt that I have with Carter that I accidentally dyed pink. I washed it with something red. I thought it would be fine, but clearly I was mistaken. Oh my gosh. The other mitten. A tie. Oh, multiple receipts because I have a money spending problem. And I've accumulated every single piece of underwear that I own because I convinced myself that I'm actually not traveling to my hometown where my parents live in the house that they've owned for 20 years that has a washer and dryer unit in it. I don't know what it is. I need to change my underwear like multiple times a day. I don't know. Is that too much? Did you need to know that? We're gonna go with no, and this is my apology. I'm sorry. Also, people make fun of the way that I put socks together, but hear me out, okay? Watch this. You put your hand in it like the sockapellas, and then you put the other one over it. They're tight, they're together, they're clean, they're clean. I'm not shoving my hand up in a dirty sock. It'd be one thing if I was doing that before I tossed these little foot capsules into the dryer, so I don't understand how that's a problem. Oh my gosh, and we have another clean bra and every single pair of pants that I rotate through. No way. I thought I lost this beanie. Okay, it does not look as cute as I remember. I should just go through my closet and gauge which pants to keep based on the ones that I pack to leave. Because I swear, I only wear the pants that I pack. Another pair of pants. My go-to hoodie. Obviously, have to rep in the hometown, Noah Khan. And then the only leather jacket I've ever put on that actually makes me look cool. It's withering at the seams and kind of smells bad, but it's so worth it. And then here's where I panic. T-shirts. I don't like t-shirts unless they fit me a very, very, very specific way. And so when I'm packing, I tend to pack the shirts and I'm like, oh man, I wish this looked good on me. And then I pack it and I go there and I put it on and it looks so bad and it looks so wrong. This is like a perfect example of like why I like the way the shirt fits me. It's like really tight around the collar so you don't see the sports bra. It like cuts off right above the shoulder so the sleeves fall down really nicely. From the side, what do I look like? Do I look like titties? No, I don't look like titties. Oh, I love this shirt. And then obviously we have to pack the Christmas PJs just for them to be replaced by the ones that my mother bought for our family this year. All right, and I've compiled a list of literally 2 shirts that I know will fit me 100%. We have 2 more that are in the dryer that I'm gonna toss in my bag in the morning. But so far, this is a successful packing night. All right, I brought the suitcase downstairs to put in the car and Harriet's already practicing for tomorrow because you're gonna be so quiet and cooperative on the drive, aren't you, sweetheart? And as you can see, I have a very Tetris system going on here, which means I have no idea where to put anything and I'm balancing stuff on things that should not be balanced on. And I will do the rest of the packing tomorrow when it is not 2 in the morning. And now we have officially gotten everything done that we needed to for tonight. So thank you so much for joining me on Vlogmas Day 20. Is it 20? What's the date today? I've completely lost track of time. I don't even know what day of the week it is. But I'm so happy you're here, and per usual, do not forget to like and subscribe to keep updated on the daily struggle. I have no real grasp on my own personality. Say goodbye to Cornelius, and we will see you tomorrow for a road trip of a lifetime where hopefully nothing goes wrong, but we know it will. $5, she's right here trying to escape. Go. Gotcha. You're not going anywhere. Except to visit Grandma. Are you excited?